What the fuck is happening? Sorry for that pathetic excuse for a fucking sheep's clothing infomercial. Yeah, so this week things are jumping around a little bit rough, but we're glad to have you guys back. So I think I went through everything before, but anyway, this week, Derek from a second story window. Go back and watch that other video if you want to know what the fuck's coming up next week, and the week after, and the week after, and the week after. But this week, Derek from a second story window, and so Dylan, you want to lead us off with what's been going on with you this week?
Oh man, everything's been good. Ready for Thanksgiving, dude.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for real.
I want them
I'm just kidding. I'm not.
fucking deviled eggs. Ashley, what?
No, I didn't want to do anything for Thanksgiving. Like, I wanted to just cook hot dogs on the grill and do nothing. And my mom's like, no, we're going to have a fucking feast that can feed 30 people for 5 people.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what you do. It's America.
this is America, baby. You gotta eat them fucking deviled eggs.
Yeah.
My girlfriend makes fun of me because I say egg as like A-G-G, egg.
Egg.
Yeah. And I say milk, like milk.
Milk.
Like M-E-L-K.
I'm telling you, we need to have a segment. Ashley says, I've said this before. Instead of Capri Sun, it's Capri Sun.
Yeah. So
And instead of tire, it's tar.
I'm gonna have my girlfriend on one week and let you guys in on my fucked up vocabulary because she literally has a list of like words that I just say fucked up, like pamphlet instead of pamphlet. I guess it's supposed to be. But like I never
it's
thought
a
I
dumb
said
fucking word, anyways.
Yeah, I never thought I said shit weird, but evidently it is.
Use that in a sentence.
I went to the doctor and picked up a pamphlet on hemorrhoids. So what'd you do this week, Josh?
Just worked a lot. Yep.
That's why
I'm actually
man.
set up some Christmas decorations a little prematurely.
Is that what they have IT doing these days?
Not at work, no. I'm talking about here. I had yesterday off, so that's what I did.
Do you post flyers around St. Pete asking to hang up old people's Christmas lights? That's what you should do, Nick.
Yeah, that'd be good money, but can't do that. I'm on workers' comp.
They catch you working.
I know. I'll strain my wrists and I'll fucking be up fucking creek, man.
Give them the boot.
Yeah, this week I went to the doctor, got my MRI, had to lay in a tube for 45 minutes and listen to fucking Led Zeppelin. And basically, old lady's getting sick of me sitting around the house while she goes to work every day, which is understandable. And I kind of feel shitty about it, but I'm still bringing home that bacon.
I've been there.
Yeah, but I'm still getting a check. It's all good.
Yeah.
The first check I got this month paid our rent and our expenses, and the next check I get, I'm buying me a microphone and webcam, fucking phantom power supply, and all kinds of shit. I'm gonna wait till Black Friday so I can purchase that shit. But
Yeah, let me know though, seriously, because
yeah,
let me know.
You gotta step your game up, Dilly. I think I'm spending $100, man, and I'm gonna have like professional.
See, yeah.
$100, dude, to like.
If it doesn't hook up to the USB, I want nothing to do with it. Trust me.
Well, all the USB mics are like really fucking quiet, except for there's a Snowball Ice or something like that. It's just literally looks like a fucking ball, and it's a microphone that it costs about $60 on Amazon, and all the reviews I've watched, it sounds good. A lot of podcasters use it because it is just straight to USB. You don't have to fuck with any of the other shit.
Right.
But yeah, I found a nice little pack on Amazon for like $75 that comes with a mic stand that hooks to your desk, a pop filter, phantom power supply, a little fucking USB converter jack, and all the bells and whistles, man. And it's gold, nigga. It's gold. Shit looks fucking awesome.
So it does hook up to your USB.
Well, yeah, but it runs through a phantom power supply because the microphone doesn't create its own energy or power or whatever.
So what does it go through? An XLR cable?
Yeah. So it goes from It goes from XLR to USB.
I'm telling you, that's what I was using. And every fucking show, you're like, we can't hear you, Dylan. Push
Yeah,
the
that's
TV
what
button.
that's what's happened to my mic. That's why I can't use my mic.
I'm telling you,
It like, dude, it worked sometimes, but
it's
sometimes you
not
set it up and
reliable.
you're like, nope, can't hear
Yeah,
you.
maybe I'll just get the fucking Snowball because that's what like it says. It's like great for podcasting
Yeah.
and shit.
Oh, I hear that one. Yeah, actually, just do that, dude. I'm telling you, that's
Yeah,
all
I
you
mean,
need. Like,
Google reviews. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna get the Logitech C920 webcam because that bitch is supposed to be like the best webcam, fucking HD, fucking no clipping or anything like that. But yeah, anyway, enough about that shit. So me and the old lady went to there was an indie flea market. Well, first off, this morning.
Of course there was.
St. Pete.
My-
Yep.
No, I was in Tampa. But,
Okay.
There was an art festival yesterday in downtown St. Pete we went to. But this morning I got out of bed and I walked into the living room because my girlfriend didn't want to wake up, and I walked back in I walked back into the room and she's laying in bed fucking crying. And I was like, yo, what did I do? What happened? Like what's going on? She's on Instagram looking at pictures of golden retrievers and crying over dogs. Like, at least I know that I don't have to worry about my girlfriend like texting other dudes and like any of that scandalous shit because literally all she does is just look at fucking pictures of dogs. So, I mean, whatever.
Hopefully, dogs have owners, Nicholas.
Well, long
Just
story
saying.
short, tomorrow we're going to pick up another fucking dog.
I got a bloodhound you can have
Nah, I'm good.
and a basset hound. Buy one, get one, both.
But yeah, I don't know. It's an alright looking dog. I guess it's a dog,
And a couple kids. I'll throw a couple kids in with it too.
So she's gonna name it Phoebe because it's a girl dog. She's gonna name it Phoebe from Friends. That's her favorite show. Yeah,
Or Phoebe from Doug.
Such is my life. But anyway,
Phoebe. There's Phoebe. Doug.
yeah, Phoebe.
And Doug.
But anyway, so yeah, we got Derek waiting on. What were you telling me about your brother, Dylan? What happened?
Oh, I don't know, dude. His roommate sent me some fucking Snapchat, and it's of him sumo wrestling at some college bar. And he's a big dude. He's like 6'6", probably 330 pounds. And he's just like throwing these 125-pound college kids. And he got like a $150 bar tab and some random gifts.
There you go.
Pretty funny.
Sumo wrestling for beer.
Where was that shit around when you were drinking, huh?
Yeah, I was about to say, shit, about 6 months ago, I could have been like an Olympic contender. Oh yeah, I actually, Dylan's at least interested in this some of the time. Let's see.
Is it your clock?
It's my clock. 5 months and 13 days, baby.
There you go.
Hell
Congratulations.
Damn, dude, it's been that long.
Yes, sir.
5
and
months.
yeah, we've been doing the podcast for about 5 months.
Damn.
Almost. Well, no, like 3 months maybe.
17 weeks.
Yeah, no cigarettes in 5 months, and haven't smoked weed in 6 months and 14 days. And that also includes.
But you vape.
Hey. That's always business what I do.
I won't take that away from you, though. I just remember the second episode, your girlfriend started screaming from the other room.
Don't minimalize my achievements because of vape. It's about everything that you don't have.
That's awesome.
All right, guys. Well, let me toss Derek in here, and we're gonna get this sucker started. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave the comments in the comment section, and go ahead and give us a call if you feel so inclined. Shit. I cannot add him to this call because he's already in this call. How do I call him back, Josh?
That's a funny situation. Shit, how
This
to
is
do
why I'm
that.
not the Skype master.
Can you right-click his name? Call? Oh, I forget.
What?
If you could
Hey,
right-click
Dan,
his name on the contact list.
Dan, call in and tell us about the Muir show.
The Amir show.
Yeah. Weren't you going to go to that?
Yeah, I was gonna go check out Amir, but I'm trying to save money.
What were tickets, like $50?
Fuck, man, I don't know. I didn't really check it out. He was trying to get me to come with him, but
Chris Arp said, "Can you right-click my dick?"
I don't know. I don't have exploding fingers. I hear that's how he likes it. Okay, here it is. Add to call. I figured it out. All right. Oh, Chris Art, by the way, from Psyopus in the comments. No big deal.
Sup, dude?
No big deal, guys.
I swear.
Oh, why do
Hello?
I have to? Hello.
Hey, hello.
What's up?
Hey.
Yeah, sorry
So-
about fucking confusion this week, man. I don't know if you're checking out the live stream at all.
No, I'm so sorry. Like, I got the calendar dates mixed up for me, so my apologies.
Oh no, it's all good, dude. Yeah, last week I got an email from you, and he's like, "Aren't we supposed to have an interview?" I was just like, I could have swore it was my fault, honestly, because I've been trying to book so many people. I've literally sent out like fucking 200 messages to just bands that like I hope and pray will answer me back, but the majority
What
of
do
them don't.
Yeah, what are you trying to do? You're just trying to build up your this whole idea of doing interviews, or
Well,
like what's the concept?
the tables have turned. I'm the interviewee now. No, actually, it started out as an obscure idea between me and Dylan. I was just at work one day, and I was like, you know what? I want to have a fucking talk show where we just do goofy fucking shit and blah, blah, blah. And then that idea has slowly morphed into what it is now. And what it is now is from the days of MySpace and the days back when in the early 2000s when all these fucking amazing mathcore bands were around and all these bands that a lot of people still to this day listen to. And all these like awesome shows we all went to, and like it was just amazing to be around during that time, in my opinion. And basically what we're trying to do is, back then technology wasn't really what it is today, where now, you know, every band has a YouTube channel with fucking 800 videos on it, and, you know, like music videos and blah blah blah, and there's just no content from any of this time. Like, and basically what I'm trying to do is like a MySpace mathcore revival where get a hold of these people that I've been obsessed with for 10 years and try to put one more fucking video on YouTube where they can learn something about a band that was awesome. You know what I mean?
No, that's really cool. That's beyond cool. So very cool.
And, you know, if this so happens to get monetized eventually, or it turns into, because right now, like, honestly, I don't know if I'm speaking for myself or whatever, but I'm like basically, I mean, I'm not in a band. I don't play music anymore, and I'm old. So if I can spend an hour or two on the weekend just like interviewing people that are like my idols, like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do that. Like, this is my lifeblood to the scene that once was, you know, like this is how I stay connected in my old age of trying to fucking be
Your old age of workers' comp.
yeah, there's something I you know, whatever. But yeah, so why don't you let the people know who you are? Say a little something about yourself.
Oh, okay. Oh, so we're doing this now?
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, yeah, no, for sure. Sorry. I thought this was like pre-interview. Okay, no problem. Yeah, no, so I'm Derek, Vasconi, and was in the band From a Second Story Window, and I play guitar and piano in the group. and did that for the first 2 albums, and then I left, and Paul Misko took over my role. So
right on.
That's
Have you been a part of any other like musical groups or anything like that since or before?
Yeah, well, no, not before. I did From a Second Story Window for probably 10 years. Like it was a really long process, but we weren't actually From a Second Story Window till like the last couple years. We were known as the band Aphasia, and if anyone knows that, then kudos to you, because it's something we tried to bury like every other new metal band that turned hardcore. But we wore it with pride. We would always open our shows with Slipknot, and close it with Slipknot just for fun. But also too, I don't make fun of anyone in those genres, because I realized like that kind of made me who I was and pushed me towards metal and hardcore. Although I was listening to metal and hardcore maybe a little bit before then. Like I was listening to Snapcase. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Snapcase, but really great seminal Buffalo hardcore band, and they were like my shit. I'm sorry, can I swear?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't know if this was PG or.
We got no sponsors or anything.
Okay, awesome. No, because I have a horrible mouth. So basically, as far as other bands go, yeah, I was in a few different ones. There was a band in San Francisco called Name, and Name has done a few things. They just came out with a new album, they're working on one or something. I was in that band for like 30 seconds, and then that didn't work out. I joined Stray from the Path for 10 seconds, and they didn't like me at all, and because I just totally did not fit their style. I don't really understand why they would have had me join if they wanted me to just stand there and play guitar. I'm like, yeah, that's not me. And they're just, nope, out. But they were actually really cool about it, and I have nothing but good things to say about them, as my experience with them wasn't negative. And then I joined a band called Aldous, and Aldous didn't really go anywhere, but we did put out a small EP, and it was basically a lot of me redoing a lot of their songs with their guitar player who wrote them, which he was cool enough to let me do. Because I basically was like, I don't like a lot of this. Can we change it? And he was like, yeah, let's go for it. And we wrote some fun stuff. I wish we could have kept going, but that's it. So.
Chris Arp asks, Chris Arp from Iopus. Yeah, you know Chris.
Yes, of course.
He says, ask Derek if he still has that VHS footage of me fucking one of my ex-girlfriends.
So he didn't just that wasn't the only thing on that video. And yes, Chris, I believe I still do somewhere. I have so many VHS tapes from all of that old time. I actually put a lot of it on DVD. But yes, but Chris, okay, so Chris didn't just send me that. On that video, there was also him, for some reason, going out in his yard filming a dog. I'm assuming it's his dog taking shits everywhere, and he put it to the soundtrack to death metal. So this was like before Facebook did all the memes where they do this now like every day. It's not funny anymore. But back 10, 15 years ago, I was like, whoa, you're revolutionary. Like, you're doing death metal to dog shitting. Like, that's amazing. And I was the only one that had it. And then, of course, he had him like playing music in his like college class and just making me feel like a fucking asshole for even trying to pick up a guitar, because he's the greatest guitar player probably that's ever walked this earth. So
you should do his courses online. You could do video guitar lessons with Chris Arp.
Are you kidding me? I was humbled to play next to that guy on so many shows. That was enough education for me, because basically the only thing I'm going to learn out of this is that I fucking suck. So don't need to take courses to tell me that. I can't play guitar for shit. But this guy, he's just, but he's one of the greats. I was so honored to play with him. And I have a sex video too. So
if anybody hasn't had the opportunity or chance to check out our interview with Chris Arp, I highly recommend it. I will say, like I said in the interview, that his fucking personality completely matches the way that he plays guitar. He is a fucking basket case, but we love Chris on the show. Chris is the shit. Thank you so much for doing that interview with us, Chris. And
yes, shout out to Chris. Shout out to Chris. I miss him dearly.
He says he'd like a copy.
Yeah, let me get on that, Chris. No problem.
So I was looking through your Wikipedia, and
Sure.
I always knew that you guys were a bigger band because I've obviously heard of you, and I'm from Florida. So and I saw you guys play at State Theater in the early 2000s.
Thank you.
For the life of me, I cannot remember who I saw you with. It was probably number 12 or something like along those lines. I'm not exactly sure. What tours did you come to Florida in?
Oh God, we did so many. I know we were there the very first time in Florida. It was actually the very first time I actually put my feet into an ocean, being that I was from Pennsylvania, we're landlocked and all. But yeah, we were there with number 12, Looks Like You and Into the Moat. And so we actually weren't supposed to be on that tour. Bodies and the Gears of the Apparatus were supposed to be on it. And then they had like an epic band meltdown, and so we took their place through me incessantly emailing them to death, like the people in number 12 and Into the Moat. So like, fine, fuck it, just go. You guys can be on the tour. So we did that, and then we came back and we played there with 50 million other bands. But the one big one we did was with Between the Buried and Me. So we came back with them, but we played, I think, Orlando. I don't know if we played the State Theater.
I'm pretty sure it was with number 12, and
so you saw us early. That was our very, very first tour. So kudos to you, man. Seriously, I actually have that tour on video. So
I actually still have the T-shirt where it's like a blood splattered face.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got that shirt there, and it doesn't fit me.
Old school.
I still have
it.
It's
old school, man. Old school. That was one of Joe's earliest designs when he was like going crazy with our shirt designs. That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Seriously,
and
thank
actually,
you.
I listened to you guys before I went to that show because I did go for number 12 because everybody was so hype on number 12 back then.
Yeah, incredible.
But I would love to get them on the show, but they're like active again, I believe, aren't they?
They just started up again, yeah. Well, I don't even know if it's right to call them number 12. I think it's just one member that's the same,
yeah.
or maybe two. Like I think the guitar player and Jesse, but that's it. I think.
Well, according to Chris Arp, all you have to do is go to Canada and say you're a different band, and your band can just play there.
And Chris Arp's logic, yes, I agree totally.
Well, there he was telling us a story about how. Like towards the end of everything, he was the only original member of Psyopus, and for some reason he couldn't get into Canada. So they asked if they could do the tour without him, without guitar at all. So they went to Canada as Psyopus without guitar player, and evidently played a fuck ton of shows up there. And yeah, like I said, just go to Canada and say you're somebody, and I guess
Well, I actually always had a hard time getting into Canada too. I stole something from Walmart when I was like 19, and so and in Canada, just every time we went to Canada, they made me pay like $250, and like the last time was so embarrassing because like I had to ask Will, my singer, I believe for the money. He was so nice. He gave like everyone kind of helped me out because I had like no money. I was pretty poor back then, and we never knew if we were going to be able to go to Canada with me and the band. Like the last tour I did with them was through Canada, was with Darkest Hour, and like we had to drive all the way to Maine to get into Nova Scotia for the very first show, and the whole fucking 16-hour trip or whatever, we were just like, am I going to get in? But they to Canada's credit, they let me in after harassing me for about an hour, and it was cool. I had to pay money.
What the fuck's up with Canada? I didn't know they were on lockdown like that.
Hey, South Park predicted this like 20 years ago. Just blame them for everything.
Yeah. So out of all the tours that you've done, what would you say is your favorite tour that you've ever been
on? Favorite tour. Maybe that first tour with number 12 and Into the Moat. Just because we were so new and naive and like didn't know shit, and everything was really exciting to the point where like when you play a show and there's like 10 kids there and you're not in your home state, it's the greatest feeling in the world. But we were showing up to shows, hundreds of kids.
Events like that. On its own,
Yeah, and we capped off that. Not that tour. Actually, no. You know what? I take it back. That tour was probably one of my personal favorites. But I think the best tour we ever did was the Bro Down tour, the Dude Core tour, where it was like us, number 12 Looks Like You, End of All, which was Will's old band, and Into the Moat. And we toured and we ended that tour with Hellfest, and we got to play Hellfest, and that was a dream come true for me. So that tour was probably the best because that's where obviously we ended up getting Will out of that tour because we toured with him so much and we just loved him. And also we still had Sean, which I also very much loved as a person and was sad to see him go. And then, Into the Moat were just our bros. And again, playing next to them made us realize how shitty. Well, it made me realize how shitty of a guitar player I am. But they were just cool. Like they were just down to earth. And number 12, they're our best friends. We did everything with them. Like I love them to death and always will because we kept a good friendship throughout everything. So that tour is probably my favorite, to be honest.
Yeah, we have. We're actually interviewing Earl.
Earl
from Into the Moat. Not next week, but the week after.
Yeah, ask Earl about the Virginia show. Maybe he'll remember because we were playing a show and I took my guitar. It was a Flying V and I like nailed him to the wall with it and he was just like he was really happy about that. Yeah, Earl always stood next to me when I played and it was very humbling, because it's like Earl, I loved him.
Chris Arp asks, ask if he remembers escaping the tornado in the Midwest on tour with number 12. In Iowa.
Yes. Oh, yes. And I actually have a lot of footage of that. We really thought we were going to die. So actually, no. Okay, I take that back. The tour I just said was with Ion Dissonance, not with Into the Moat. Into the Moat was our first tour. With Ion Dissonance, those were our bros, the Canadian bros, because we toured like 6 times with them or something. Those guys are just the best. But no, yeah, I remember that because we met up with Psyopus in the Midwest for that one particular show, I believe. And I actually have all that on video, so I should send it to Chris because I have him standing right by me when I was playing, and I think I actually have his set too. So I wonder if he'd like that. So yeah, that's cool. And yeah, the tornado almost killed us. It was really
Yeah, I'm trying to urge Chris to jump on video chat with us too, just because then nobody will have to talk. It'll just be Chris. Did you have any questions, Dylan?
No, I was gonna say no. He's been answering all of them pretty good. You're doing good, man. This is great.
Awesome. Ask anything. I don't care. I'm an open book. So
why don't you grace us with one of your battle stories from tour? We like to
Battles.
we like to just it's always good when you hear a tour story just because let's see, Fox from Shed for You or from See You Next Tuesday. He was telling us about how he was in a fucking laundromat in the middle of the fucking harshest winter ever in the UK somewhere. Mm-hmm. And he walks into this fucking laundromat and there's just a fucking group of Nazi skins just doing laundry. And he said they're all fucking blackout drunk and they're in the corner trying to fucking avoid them, but they came over and started harshing them and shit. And then all of a sudden Oasis Wonderwall came on and
they all started jamming out.
And they all started fucking singing and jamming out to Oasis Wonderwall as hard as they possibly could. And he was just I had no idea that skinheads were so into fucking Oasis.
Oh my god, that's too funny. No, yeah, there's our band we just did the thing with From a Second Story Window was I think we were known as the band. When we showed up, you just basically broke down with us. We made it a point to really know as many of the fans as we could because I hate even using the word fan. I think it's fucking stupid. It's more we're just friends with people and so I always have a lot of vivid recollections of showing up to shows and just people just wanting to drink and smoke with us and just basically just have fun and bro down. And then that was actually good in my case because, speaking of war stories, I often would throw my guitar into the crowd. I don't really know why I did that. I just did. And I was just playing and then I stopped playing. I just threw my guitar in the crowd. And I broke, I think, a few kids' noses doing that. And if I hadn't known who those kids were, and I wasn't friends with them, I probably would have been in jail or would have had to pay a lot of money, but nobody ever sued me or nobody ever got mad at me for it. In fact, people wore it like battle scars, which blows my mind. So that was pretty cool. And then one time some girl that I was we were just email buddies and she just always asked me how tour was. I'm oh, you're just cool for asking, blah, blah, blah. She showed up one day at a show and she had all these cupcakes she made for us, which they were delicious. And then she took her shirt off and the back of her entire back was one of our songs. It was lyrics. And I'm just I mean, that's on you forever. Why did you do that? But but like it was the most humbling thing in the world for me, and that I think is like maybe not so much war stories, but just like the big thing I remember, I guess, is like just showing up to shows and just being able to just meet so many people that were just cool. Like we had one dude, I forget his name, Oscar, and no, that would be too weird. But every time he came to California, whenever we play, he'd wear a fucking hot dog suit and like he looks a big wiener, and he would just run on stage and he would just like do this, he just pop on like that and play there. Like, what the fuck? But then here's the fun part. Afterwards, he would make us carne asadas in the back of his truck. So it's like, you're like the coolest dude in the world. And like, we met so many individual people like that just I don't know. To this day, I have fun. Like I'll be like driving down the street and I'll just start laughing, and somebody in the car like, what the fuck, were you retarded? And I'm like, no, just I'm thinking of this thing that happened in tour like 10 years ago. Shit like that. I see men with hot dog suits jumping on stage. So it's just yeah, no, we've had a lot of we maybe yeah, I'm trying to think like that. There's so many different weird ass things that happen to us. Maybe one of the good ones. Nah. Well, okay, so like, do you guys know the Acacia strain?
Yes, definitely.
No.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I'm just
One of their earlier incarnations of their band had a gentleman by the name of Seth. He was a bass player, and I believe he left after like the first time or whatever. And he was in another band before that called Deadwater Drowning. Yeah, from New Hampshire. It was a band on Black Market Activities. And Nate, the singer for Deadwater, actually went to Premonitions of War for a while. So just a little bit of weird history there. But anyway, Seth was fucking crazy. And one of the things Seth would do a lot on stage was he would just throw up on stage. And then I remember we were playing the after party for Hellfest. We played an after party for Hellfest, and it was us, Black Dahlia Murder, Deadwater Drowning, Bodies and Gears Apparatus, and I think Found Dead Hanging might have been there, maybe. But I know Keith was there, but I don't know if they played or not. I can't remember. It was too long ago. But anyways, Seth just, when he threw up on stage, as was his custom, out of nowhere, he just picked it up and threw it at people. And I'm like, holy shit, like I've never seen one do that before. And I know that maybe today that it's not so crazy, but again, back then it's like, he should have been put in jail for that, It's like, I don't know, and Seth would do this all the time outside when we partied with him, because he was the biggest drunk on tour. He would just get so hammered. Him and Joe just drunk all the time. And just like, so many times he'd be in, like, end up in bathtubs and like hotels and shit, and just covered in vomit, and it's like, oh, come on, Seth, we gotta go. Like, get your fucking hand. Let's go. It's just had to pick him up a lot. Just, I don't know. It was fun. I love him.
So I was watching a Metal Injection video, and it was an older one. We have an incoming call. How do I transfer these, Josh?
Ooh, incoming call.
All right, so your choices are answer it and put all of us on hold, and you'll be talking to that one person, or hang up on their call, and make sure you like memorize the phone number, or it'll pop up in your recents, right? And once that shit's over, just drag them into here.
Okay.
So that'll probably be easier, the second one, because yeah.
So yeah, I saw a Metal Injection interview. I believe it was you. Did you take off your beanie and the back of your head was just like split?
Oh yeah. That we played. It was the first time, I believe, we played New England Metal Fest, and we were on a little mini tour that we built around the Metal Fest because it's far away from us in Massachusetts. And Sean threw the microphone across the stage and just whack right me in my head. It just busted my just crap everywhere, blood. I thought I lost brain matter. It hurt. He almost knocked me out. And then there was this girl, Amy. She's this Asian chick that would like. She did a lot of stuff for the music scene back then. Me and her, like, she took me to a hotel and she like bandaged my head up. So that bandage was her bandage. And she always, and pretty soon every time afterwards, she would always have to bandage me up at some point. I was always fucked up on tour. So that was actually an easy one. I actually got my nose split before because of that stuff that's happened. So, we think we lost him.
So a question that we often get for the older bands are, what kind of rig were you running, if you remember?
Oh yeah. No, sure. I still have. I've never changed. I Mesa, dual rectifier, but the like 1997 version, not the dual Mesas that they came out afterwards had like 3 channels, and that third
Right.
channel fucking sucked. So this is the older vintage one. The other guitar player Rob had it, and I just basically copied him. And then Mesa cab, with Celestian speakers, and then my pedal board was very simple. It was just a delay, DD5 delay, Boss chromatic tuner, and I believe I had a pitch shifter, and that's it. But the pitch shifter, I don't think I ever used. I had reverb. I had reverb. Yeah, I had a reverb.
Gotcha.
So the reverb, the DD5, and then and then the Boss chromatic tuner. That was it. Because I couldn't really run a big rig because I was so crazy. Like it just wouldn't have made any sense. Because 90% of our shows, there were so many kids on the stage at the end that they would have just broke everything. So I was like, fuck it, I don't need more than this. So
Very cool.
Yeah. Guitar wise, I was blessed to be endorsed by ESP Guitars, so they would give us guitars, so that was cool. So I have an EC1000, which was like one of the only left-handed models. I'm left-handed, so that was one of their best left-handed models, and they made it for me, so that was pretty cool.
Where is it? Someone wrote something in here about being left-handed. Where is it at? Is he the left-handed guitarist that always duct taped his shit out of his V?
Yeah, I had a flying V also. That didn't last very long because I was playing a show in Long Island, and I was on somebody picked me up on their shoulders, and it was during one of our songs. I was on this kid's shoulders. I'm just playing, and I fucking threw my guitar up, and it hit the ceiling because the ceiling was real low, and it busted the V, but it still played. So I'm like, well, fuck it. So I just duct taped it, and it lasted me the whole tour. I actually gave that though to some kid in Oregon who wanted it. So I was like, fuck it, you can have it. I don't care. So I don't have that anymore, but I still have the EC1000, which is crazy because I threw that thing across the stage like several times, and I like literally bounced, and it never stopped working for me. I mean, it's all fucked up and everything, but it's like it still plays. So I still use it to this day. Weirdly enough.
That's awesome. No, because a lot of fans they do watch this stuff, and you know all the how do you say this? How do you explain Mark, Nick?
Mark Shark?
Mark the Shark. He has a piece of a guitar where he met his wife. So and
nice.
they met at this show. And
nice.
we interviewed the band. They actually broke up quite a few years back. And they had him on there, and he got on there and showed the piece of guitar, and that's where they met. And yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's a very beautiful thing. Seriously, like super, super, super beautiful. I know, like I mean, as far as like all that goes, like I was very abusive to the guitars that I had, but I on purpose I smashed so many. Like I would usually buy like cheap $200 guitars and just fucking destroy them. I didn't care, you know.
Well, it's great is someone will watch this video on YouTube and be like, I have a piece of this dude's guitar.
You probably do.
So this is where I'm going at with this.
There's a lot of pieces out there.
All right. So that's a pretty cool thing. I mean, even drumsticks, I think that's a part of the show is getting a piece of somebody's instrument. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, so I got our sorry to interrupt. I got our caller back on the line here. I can't figure out how to do it through Skype, so I'm just calling him back on my regular cell phone. So so who are we speaking with?
Hey, what's up? My name's Brett. I'm actually calling you guys from Long Beach, California.
Right on.
Hey.
What's up, Brett? You're like 2 minutes away from me.
Oh, no shit! Get out of here.
I live in San Gabriel, man. You're like you're one I-10 hop away. So that's awesome.
So what's your question?
That's like 15 minutes away. That's nothing.
I know, right? Right? We should get some get a drink or something sometime, man. Assuming you're calling and you like me, I'm sorry. You might just say I'm a fucking asshole. Sorry.
So what's your question, Brett?
I actually just had a short story. I'm here on lunch at work and all that, but man, I saw Derek, dude. I saw you guys a long time ago in Tempe. I think when you guys were doing a tour with Ion Dissonance and Reflux. Anyway, end of the show, you guys are playing I Tried Voodoo once, and you straight threw your guitar into the crowd, and it hit me right in the face.
Oh no! Oh no!
Totally loved it, And so I figured I'd have to hit you guys up and just let you know about that real quick.
Nice.
I'll get back so he can sue you.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, but you know what? Since you're so close, let me buy you a beer if you drink, man. All right, let me make it up to you because I'm so sorry if I hit you. But thank you for saying you loved it. That just blows my mind. Thank you.
Dude, hell yeah. I mean, it was super unique, you know, just like, oh man, I'll never put that one down, right?
Yeah, so go ahead and find Derek on Facebook and y'all link up. Look at this.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Everybody.
How long ago was this?
You know, yeah, Nazi Book banned me, so maybe I can hit you guys up on Insta and we'll figure this shit out. But I'll get at you guys. That'd be fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
I'd look forward to it, man. Anytime.
Hell yeah, dude. You know, just real quick, are you still shredding nowadays? You got any other projects? Like, what's up?
No project. I'm actually doing writing now. I'm an author, but I would love to play. I just haven't found anyone to play with that I guess works. But yeah, I would kill to play again. If people want to see it, I would be happy to do it.
Dude.
Oh shit, man.
I'm trying to put together a super band.
And shred on the record player, dude.
Oh, anytime, man. Seriously, anytime. I got my Mesa cab, or you know, I have my Mesa head here. You know, let's get a cab and let's shred, man. I'd be happy to play. Do you play?
Yeah, man. Well, I like to play like grind and shit like that. Nowadays, it's more metal, yada yada. But yeah, dude, I fucking love to shred. So I remember you were one of the gnarliest lefties I've ever seen. So.
Thank you. You're too kind. Now I definitely want to hang out with you. So let's just jam. Let's have some fun. You know, just hit me up on Facebook or something, man.
All right, for sure. Hell yeah, we'll figure all that out. Dude, yeah, I got to get going, but hell yeah, thank you guys, dude. Good luck with this podcast, man. Like, all the fucking bands you guys have interviewed so far, like, all-time favorites, dude. I can't believe other people have heard of Tower of Rome. Like, that's,
Tower of Rome, yes, I love them. Are you kidding me? They're some of the coolest dudes ever. Great
Go ahead
dudes.
and subscribe to our YouTube, man.
Yeah, for sure. I'll have to scope it out. Well, yeah, hell yeah, dude. Thanks for the time, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Take care,
Did
man.
we really just have our first fan call?
Yeah.
And it
From
was
California.
Awesome. and he lives like 10 minutes away from me, which is even cooler. Which means I'm probably gonna have a beer with this guy this week, hopefully, if he's really serious. And then I can see how bad I screwed his nose up or something, and then I'm gonna be like, "You get one free shot. Let's Fight Club it, man. Come on."
Nice. All right.
So they take home pieces of guitars or battle wounds from the shows. So
I take home the battle wounds too, man. Believe me. So
no, that's awesome though. Those are the stories that I was talking about though.
No, like I grew up like once I started getting into like metal and hardcore and all that shit and grind especially. It's just a different life, it's a different way of thinking, different culture. It's you know, like there's so many shows I've played or I've been to where it's all about beating the shit out of each other. I don't really subscribe to that, but I do think like for me when I was on stage, as gay and as stupid as this might sound, I was really into what we were doing, I guess, and I really felt like I had to like get out everything. It wasn't fake. I've seen people get on stage and try to do crazy shit because they want to be crazy. I really had to do those things. Like I basically considered myself a fan with a guitar. That's it. Like some idiot gave me a guitar. I thought it was a good idea, and I just started to play. And I was a fan of my band too because the guys I played with, even though we're not exactly close or anything, like I still hold them in the absolute highest regard because they're the best musicians I've ever known or played with. I mean, Nick, my drummer, I don't care what anyone says, he's the greatest drummer I've ever played with or seen. So it's just I was lucky. You know what I mean? And the community that I grew up and played music in with all these bands that you guys like, I mean, we were all close. Like we all had something there because we just basically did a lot of this to everything, and it was cool. It felt really visceral, like really real. It didn't like there's a lot of fakers. I played with plenty of fakers, but it was just the group of people that I was the closest with, especially all the kids and the people I met. It was so much fun, like every day to just wake up and go to a new city and hang out with people and just play music for them. And then I felt like they were more playing for us too, you know, because they were on stage half the time or screaming our shit. I didn't even have to play. One time I think I even gave my guitar to somebody. I'm like, just fucking play. I don't care. Like I just didn't care. Like and that was another thing. Like it was like anything went at our shows, and I really felt it was whatever moved me here. So if I saw like a window and I had to jump through it, which I did a couple times at shows, I would just do it. And I wasn't thinking before the show, I'm going to do this. It's going to be cool. I was never preconceived. It was more like I'm playing. I'm just really emotional. I'm into the moment. Everybody's going nuts. And I'm like, I just got to go nuts. And I just go through a window, which I did. We played a house show in Reno. And earlier that day, we went and saw The Passion of the Christ because it just came out. And I have no idea why we went and saw it because none of us were religious or anything. But we heard about this like snuff film that had Jesus in it, and we're like, sounds interesting. So we went, and we were so fucking depressed after it because it's it's depressing. Basically this dude gets the shit beat out of him for 2 hours.
There's nothing good about that movie. It's a terrible movie.
No, it's a horror film, and not the good kind of horror films with like naked girls. It's a half naked dude getting the living shit beat out of him, and he just happens to be called Jesus. So we were so depressed, and we were on tour with On Broken Wings at the time. It was On Broken Wings, Shattered Realm, I don't know, a bunch of other bands, and we had a day off, and we weren't with the part of the tour that went to a certain section of wherever they went. I don't know, we just weren't, and somebody was like, come play our house, we'll cut your hair and we'll throw a party and fucking be off. Okay. So we went. Shit, I mean, this house basically had nothing in it. It was 2 rooms and a basement, and true to their word, they cut my hair. At least it was awesome. And and by the time we went to play, there had to be like 200 kids in this little ass house. I mean, there were kids when we were playing that were like moshing like in the bathroom, like 2 rooms over. And I'm looking, I'm playing, and they're in there literally in the shower, just fucking going nuts. And I'm like, this is awesome. And basically we were all really drunk that show because you're at a house party. What are you gonna do? You're gonna drink. So we were really drunk when we played, and me and Sean basically got naked pretty much, and we're just playing. And then we started rapping, and we started doing rap songs. And Sean's a really good rapper, so Nick would just play like a 4/4 beat, and then like he'd just start rapping. So all these girls are getting into it, and I'm just going nuts. And I was having so much fun. I just fucking jumped out the fucking window, and I have no idea why I did that. But I was just drunk, and I was just happy. And that's how shows went for us. Like, our house shows were the best. Like, they're probably my favorite shows, even more than anything else we did, because they were so intimate. And we probably played God fucking knows how many house shows. More than almost. We could have made a whole tour of house shows. In fact, I wanted to do that. I thought it'd be really cool. I would do it.
Fucking amazing idea.
Yeah, just do 20, 30 dates all across the country, nothing but house shows. It'd be amazing. We did. We played a trailer once.
Jail, but
What's that?
Probably end up in jail.
No, I guaranteed. At least I would. But I remember when we did the Bro Down tour and we had a show cancel in Michigan. Somebody at the show, well, the almost show, was outside. He's like, dude, come to my fucking trailer. You guys can play my trailer. And I'm like, trailer? Are you kidding me? This is like, yes, of course. This is the coolest thing. I still have this video to this day, and I love it. And there's actually some of it floating around on YouTube somewhere, I think. But it was us, and then we played, Ion Dissonance played, and Number 12 Looks Like You played, and we're in this kitchen, and again, there's kids outside. They're not even in the house. They're in the yard, and they're just dancing. Hey?
Fuck you!
What?
What's going on?
You hear her?
Yeah,
Did I bring back a memory? Were you at that show? Did one of us have sex with you and forgot to get your name? Sorry.
I put a fucking snake underneath the toilet seat.
That's amazing. That beats my story. I'm just gonna shut up.
She's sitting there crying. I'm sorry. No.
No, that's terrible. Not horrible, but that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's like a good kind of horrible.
She is so pissed.
I've never heard her cuss like that. Oh shit.
Sorry.
No, the story right there was I'm talking about playing a shitty kitchen. You meanwhile you're pranking somebody with snakes in a bathroom?
It's my wife. At least the
can't.
baby's not in there.
So you said that you're an author now?
Yes, I have. Yeah, so I wrote this book. It's called Kai, and it's a horror book, and it's about some of the time I spent in Japan. I lived in Japan in Hiroshima for a while, and it's about a young girl who wants to kill everyone, and she lives there. And I don't know anything about Hiroshimans, people that live there, so I went and lived there. to learn about it. And then it's also about a Korean girl who's going through all these crazy things in Chicago, and it's about the connection between these two girls. So it's I don't know, it's a crazy story. It's won some awards, so I'm happy about that. Yay!
Hell yeah!
Congratulations.
You should send us a copy.
Oh sure, yeah, anytime.
We're doing a giveaway where we're trying to get something from every single person that we've interviewed.
Oh, and awesome!
Once we hit a certain amount of likes on Facebook or whatever, we're gonna just give somebody that's following us a giant box of awesome shit that I'm actually kind of jealous of all the shit that's gonna be in this box. But yeah, that would be fucking sick to get that. Actually, I looked at your YouTube channel for like a couple minutes before you jumped on, and yeah, I saw it. I was just like, what the fuck is this guy doing now? He's like lecturing people and like. So yeah, I had to figure out what was going on with that.
No, yeah, like first of all, no problem. I'm happy to send as many copies as you want. Just tell me and I'll send it. Second of all, yeah, I've been kind of a hustler since leaving from Second Story Window because I went back to school. I got my degree in psychology.
Nice.
I did a lot of thank you. I did a lot of work with counseling. Decided there's no fucking way I'll ever do that again. And then because I worked with like the absolute most fucked up people in this world. And then that really set me off. So then I started doing like websites and small business stuff. So now I do like a lot of online stuff. Like I make websites for people. But my big love lately has been writing, because even when I was in From a Second Story Window, on the From a Second Story Window homepage, I had a section where it was just my essays. And I'd write essays about all kinds of shit, about God, about music, about whatever. And I got a tremendous response from that. And a lot of people really seem to enjoy that. And I've always liked books. I've always liked writing. So I decided, since I couldn't find a band that really fit with me, or I fit with them, I guess might be better way to put it. I decided to write, because then I don't have to depend on anyone. It's just me. And so, yeah, we're actually working on 3 more books. And I'm actually working on the movie script for Kai. It's finished. I'm polishing it and going to be pitching it to Hollywood. It's one of the reasons I moved to LA. And I got 2 more scripts. One is just another horror movie I wrote. And then another one, I went to Japan recently, last month, to acquire the movie rights for it. It's an old horror movie in Japan called Red Room. And it's a really fucked up horror film. If you ever get a chance to watch it.
That's awesome.
It's actually an English sub. Yeah, it's 6 people. No, it's four people playing in this room for $1 million, and they have to, one person gets to be like you play this card game, and it's only 4 cards, and whoever gets the card with the symbol of the king gets to tell 2 people in the room to do anything they could think of. And the goal is to make people either die or just give up because it's too disgusting or fucked up what you make them do. So I got the movie rights, or I'm working on the movie rights. I'm like 99% there. So I can write the movie script and bring it to America, an American version.
Sweet.
Which I think would be badass. Because I already have the outline. I already figured it out. It's going to be even more fucked up than the original. And I got the blessing of the guy who fucking directed it. I met him, and I got the blessing of the movie company that put it out. So good. I went to Japan for that reason. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't let your memes be dreams.
Yeah, no. I still want to play music. It's just, again, I have to rely on 3-4 other people to do that, and that's where the problem is. And nothing against people I play with or anything, but it's just, I'm crazy. Like when I play the kind of shit that I play. Like I'm really hard about drummers. Like I'm very picky because I have the best drummer. So it's like, it's hard finding somebody who's as good. And then also people always have issues or bullshit. I don't want to just stand out there by myself and play. That's stupid. So it's just, and I can't sing, or else I would just go do the old hipster, like acoustic bullshit. Of course, I'd probably do something else. The only other thing I thought about doing, which would be cool, would be like piano music, but not like your stupid, like, ballad shit. Like I like stuff like that if it's done well. Like some of my favorite musicians are pianists, but I thought it'd be cool to do pianists with like grind. So it's like basically like it's just me on piano, but I hook it up to like a Mesa cab and blast out piano with all my pedals. And so it's like it's all distorted and fucked up. And then and just have a drummer just stay with me in time, and then just have like a girl screaming. So I have been kind of thinking about doing something like that. But it's
mathcore classical music where you just fucked up time signatures of piano.
well, the thing about piano is that you can jump keys so easily, and you can just transpose very quickly. Where in guitar it is always a challenge for me to do that. But I can play enough piano that I feel I could just go, you could just shred on piano. I could just hit like one note 25 times in a row. And if somebody's blast beating to it and a girl's screaming over it, that's fucking awesome. Especially if it's coming through a Mesa cab and the tone is going to be so screwed up. It's not going to sound, it's going to be like, you guys ever hear of a band called Lightning Bolt?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so two-person group, bass player and drummer. One of the greatest things I have ever seen in my life. And they did with two people. And one of my biggest inspirations. And I always thought I would love to do something like that because less people to deal with, So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was agreeing. But another band that was two-piece that was really awesome was Demeanor. I don't know if you ever heard Demeanor. Yeah, it's a two-piece grind band, and basically they just like live in a fucking car, and they were always on tour, just like a station wagon cruising around fucking playing shows. Like, it was tremendous. And wasn't
that's amazing.
Fuck, what was that?
There was another group from Poughkeepsie called Genghis Tron, and they were like a three-piece.
Yeah.
Genghis Tron.
Yeah, Genghis Tron were my boys.
That's a three-piece. Yeah, we've seen them at State Theater.
Yeah, incredible.
But
we've tried to get a hold of them. We've been trying to get a hold of them. I got their albums too.
They're hard to get a hold of. They used to be real cool. Like, I used to talk to them a bit. I always wanted to do a tour with them. It just never worked out. But they're great dudes. And they would come to our shows whenever we were in New York. And I felt very lucky to have people of that talent in the audience because they should have been on stage, not us. Like, those dudes are ridiculous. So it's just, and they do so much with so little. But that's my point. It's like, I thought because I don't want to rely on and deal with other people's bullshit when it comes to playing shows, that I thought maybe if I just reduce the amount of people, and I have a lot of bullshit too. So it's like, I'm not the easiest person to play with. So it's like, I thought maybe that would be better, but it's never formulated. Like I'm like you guys, I'm getting old. So it's like, it's hard to get up on stage and twist and throw around without being like, oh shit, my back, like I gotta go home. Just kidding. I'd still do it.
So Josh, why don't you ask your stock question?
Question. All right, this is an off-the-wall question you're not going to be prepared for. So would you rather get in a fight with a horse-sized duck, just one of them, or 100 duck-sized horses?
That's really tough. I think I'm really outmatched either way. I would probably say 100 horse-sized ducks because
or duck-sized horses.
Or duck-sized. Yeah, duck-sized horses. Sorry. Yeah, I would probably do that because I think I could lead them all into a pond and then they would all drown because they're horses. They probably can't swim very well. And if it's a big ass duck that's the size of a horse, all he has to do is go and then they take off my head and I'm done. And he could waddle and he'd still catch up to me because he's bigger. And I'm getting older and I'm small, so he would kill me. But the little guys I could just fucking stomp on and then just run into the pond because there's a pond nearby, right? So it's like I could just jump in and he'd be done for. They all would be done for. And I'd be like, you're drowning, bitches. I'm a good swimmer.
But yeah.
That's probably the best answer to that question.
Jurassic, like if you've ever seen Jurassic Park, those little fucking, they're like little tiny dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But they fucking swarm you.
They swarm and they get you. Well, you have to eliminate the environmental advantage. In those cases, the Jurassic Park ones, the humans were in their natural habitat. So what I have to do is take these creatures, motherfuckers, out of their habitat, put them in unnatural, hence water. Because even though they're ducks, they're size of ducks, but they're fucking horses. They don't have the mechanics to fucking swim. Whereas I go underwater and stay there for I just keep going in and out. They can't deal with that. Well, how do they get me?
This is blowing my mind right now. These...
Yeah, every week that
wow.
answer better for that
Good question. I love questions. I actually could picture myself doing it.
Yeah.
It's a cool life.
I put you in a situation you probably will never be in. So
I was waiting for the bread. I was waiting for the bread. Everybody's always like, "Yeah, you just get a bunch of bread."
Oh no, that's
Peninsula. Yeah. Come on, I don't have enough money to feed all those fucking little creatures. How am I gonna? Bread's expensive. Good bread.
Bread. Like, everybody's like, yeah, it was a bread.
Horses eat apples. Okay, so I guess I could lead them to an apple orchard and distract them, but there's not one anywhere near me. Where there's plenty of ponds. Ponds are pretty frequent. Apple orchards, you have to pay to get in. So when I'm gonna pay for all these little bastards to get in, no, my money's important.
So if you had to live for the rest of your life with either arms for legs or legs for arms, which would you choose? So you'd have 4 sets of hands and 4 arms, or 4 sets of legs and feet.
I definitely would go with the hands. I could just jerk off a lot better. That would be amazing.
Jerk off with your.
That'd be epic. It would honestly feel like somebody else is doing it. Because if you ever jerk off with your non-jerk off hand, it really feels amazing. But then it's like,
stranger.
If I had a bunch of strange ones, like I could rotate Monday through Friday. That would be amazing. Are you kidding me? Who would want fucking legs? Because when I just run around and scare people, I look like a.
Oh man.
Oh, my bottom right hand's asleep. Here we go.
Well, I got 3 more.
But you could never hide arms.
Yeah, I mean, you just look like one of those weird clown guys that like they put 2 of them together and they walk around on stage and it's like the legs are out. Like, who wants to look like that? 4 arms. And also, let's think about the mechanics of this. If we want to take this even a lot more further, the ladies would love me. I mean, come on. And I could get some pretty good situations there. Just saying.
So Johnny Quid says, "LOL, Derek, horses can totally swim, dude."
No, they can't. They cannot swim. You've been watching too many fucking movies, buddy.
Oh,
no, they can't. They
Can't
can
swim in California.
They can wade. They can wade.
If you can find a horse swimming.
Yeah. Okay, look. My friend, listen to me. I've never seen that many horses swim anywhere except go down and drown, okay? I mean, like, if they can wade, sure, but I'm talking a fucking pond that's like 12, 13, maybe 20 feet deep. And they're little. Keep in mind, they're this big. So what the fuck are they gonna do? They're gonna go down, or they might just float around the top. But then I could just outmaneuver them because I could swim faster than these fuckers. Because there's too. I mean, it's just mechanics. It's not gonna work. Good try though.
A duck is like the size of a cat.
Yeah. Well, if worse comes worse, I'll just drown the little bitches when they go in there. I'll just jump up and just start body slicking.
Just start making waves.
Yeah, just do that right there. Josh does it. He saw the question. He probably has the scenario figured out. Good question.
Okay, so we have another hypothetical.
Ooh.
So, say you're chilling on your couch.
Right.
I don't know if you smoke weed. I don't, but if you smoke weed, you just got done smoking weed. You're
But I've smoked, so go ahead. Anyways.
You're sitting on your couch, and a treasure chest falls to your feet, and from the heavens. And inside this fucking treasure chest is anything and everything food related in the world, and you have to assemble the greatest sandwich of all time. So I'm talking, you can put chicken wings on this bitch. You can put fucking up an entire, wrap it in a pizza, like anything you want. What would be Derek's ultimate sandwich?
My ultimate sandwich. Weirdly enough, I probably have a much faster answer than I should on this, but because food is definitely a big part of my life, since clearly I'm not 120 pounds anymore. But I would say I definitely think on the sandwich. Well, first of all, what I would do is I'd probably cut up the bread because I'm not a big bread person. So I would put the bread and cut it up and put it on the side. But then I would put trust me, I'm going somewhere with this. So then I would get like Japanese curry, and then I'd put tonkatsu, which is like little pork riblets, and they're breaded and they're delicious. And I would put them all together and make like a little like curry / tonkatsu burger with a little bit of rice underneath. And then I would put the bread on top and soak it in the curry sauce. So then when I ate it, it would just all fucking dissolve into like absolute bliss right here in this area.
We just can't fucking stump this guy.
Yeah, I know.
I love hypotheticals. I was really good at Mad Libs when I was a kid. So this is probably where I'm getting this.
Oh, this is fantastic.
So our buddy Ricky Reed usually asks this question, but would you rather, and you can't take it off or get rid of it for the rest of your life, you have to either have Donald Trump's hair or have one of Hillary's pantsuits fused to your body. So, like, if you're having sex, you have to pull your dick out of the zipper in the pantsuit.
That's a funny question.
Well, both are like massive, and I mean massive cock blockers. So I think the question really comes up to which one is going to block the cock the most. So I would probably say I would wear the hair because I'm assuming I could wear my beanie, which never leaves my head, so I could hide it. But okay, but let's just say for the sake of argument, the hair is something you can kind of overcome. The pants, if they're fused to my body, when I really think about that, first of all, I just get real sweaty from having sex, yeah? And it just probably wouldn't feel very good. And then on top of that, pulling stuff out, the zipper action that could happen there, ouch, come on, Ben Stiller, I'm not doing it. But I would say the hair, some girls dig the 80s vibe look, and if I would actually do one better, I'd probably grow a mullet, and then that'd be like my funny little thing to get the girls laughing. And then later when they're pulling the hair, I'll be like, the joke's on you, bitch. Just kidding. Okay. I'm not that mean.
Yeah. Fuck one, marry one, kill one. Rosie O'Donnell, Bob Saget, or Barbara Bush.
Kill one. I would probably.
I think we did it, guys.
So obviously I would get Bob out of the way and just kill him because he's.
No.
I like Bob, but I don't need his jokes. I got plenty. So Bob, you're done. See you later.
He raises a nice family, though.
Of course he does, but he can stay on Entourage where he makes his guest appearances, and that's all I care about. See you later, Bob. You and your harem. I got my own harem. Clearly, these old ladies, they love me. So okay, so Rosie O'Donnell, I would probably want to fuck her because she's fat and but she's not like horribly obscene, and even though she is a known lesbian, I think I could make it work because I think
marry Barbara Bush and listen to that nagging until she dies.
No, but that's the thing. You just said it. She's gonna die soon, so I only married for fucking 2 days. So I get out of that one real quick, and I only gotta fuck this fat bitch for one time. I win. Nice try.
That's too much, man.
All right, guys. If you have a question that you would like to ask, put it in the comments because we're running low here.
I just want to know if a hot dog is a sandwich to you.
It is.
It is.
Why would it? It's bread with meat in it. How is that any different than eating a hamburger and calling that a sandwich? When you go to the Carl's Jr., you get a Carl's Jr. sandwich. You don't get a Carl's Jr. burger. So what's the fucking difference? It's just you're gonna have a fucking racial problem. You're gonna fucking be prejudiced against it because it's this and not this. I mean, come on, think about it. Because it's elongated like a phallus symbol. You have a problem? No, it's a sandwich. Come on.
What's your favorite new metal band?
New metal?
Yeah.
The Deftones count?
Fuck the Deftones. Seriously. I hate that band so much.
Okay. Deftones, Adrenaline, and Around the Fur, and that's it. Everything else, whatever. No, I don't know. Probably, I don't even know because they tried so hard to not be, but I guess they are. So yeah, maybe them. But Glassjaw is not new metal at all. But they, for some reason, toured a lot with them. Those kind of bands. I would say Glassjaw is probably my all-time favorite band. But they might have been my favorite from the new metal era, if that makes sense. But I didn't listen. Like I listened to maybe Chimera. Chimera was really new metal-ish, like way back in the day, and my band was fucking obsessed with them, and so was I. And then they started getting a lot more metal, and that was. But they were like us, they tried to shed their new metal roots. So I don't know, but I would say Glassjaw from the new metal era, but maybe Deftones is one of my first kind of things to get into them. And I have to thank Deftones because they brought Snapcase on tour with them one time, and I saw that tour, and that's how I learned about Snapcase when I was like 14. And I was like, Snapcase blew my mind at that point. I stopped listening to Deftones after like the White Pony era, I would say, and I really got into like Snapcase and which was incredible. And yeah, so long answer to your question, sorry.
Okay. Desert Island. So the last week this question went fucking crazy, but right, so you have one album that is a soundtrack that is going to be playing on the island nonstop for the rest of your life, and then you have one piece of one item, like whether it be survival equipment or just something that you want with you, whatever it is, just one item. And then the last one would be one article of clothing.
Does this island have internet?
It has whatever you want it to have. It's just you're on an island and you get those three things for the rest of your life.
Okay, so I'll go backwards. So
then you have a laptop that works.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I couldn't live without my laptop. So that's an easy one. So definitely a laptop because I just need it for porn. So there'd be that, and then the clothing, I pick a towel so I can wipe off all the shit that comes from jerking off. And clearly I'm naked. Why do I need clothes on this fucking island if I'm the only one on there? Fuck all these people. They can see me naked unless there's a law against that, which I'm assuming there isn't because it's my fucking island. If I say there's internet, then it must be my island. So a towel to wipe off all the shit because I don't want to be wiping my dick with sand. And, you go in the ocean, someone's going to chop it off. So no. Towel's got a must. But the album, and this is going to be totally like counter to what I just said because it's really boring. But I would probably say without a doubt, I just said Glass Shell is like my favorite band, but in terms of like the music I can't live without, I would say definitely the J-pop trio from Hiroshima called Perfume. They have an album called Game, and I'm like massively obsessed with that album. And I could listen to that album every single day the rest of my life and never get old of it. And because I'd
be on an island jerking off and listening to J-pop.
It's my biggest fantasy. Are you kidding me? The girls in Perfume are hot. It's just it all works. Trust me.
Yeah, last week we had somebody on from Implosive Discordance, and he said that he would have his album he would be listening to nonstop would be The Great Malenko from ICP, and he would ride around in a tank. That was his one item, a tank. And I don't remember what the other question was, but yeah, he said that he's going to be partying on an island listening to Great Malenko riding around in a tank.
That's perfect.
So this week took a different turn.
Well, yeah, I'm much more domesticated, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, tank would be cool. I could get all like Apex Twin on it. or whatever, because I think that dude had a tank for a long time. He just like rode it around England or wherever the fuck he lives. But yeah, very cool. No, tank and Great Malenko, come on. I don't care what you say. I mean, I've never been an ICP fan, but those people are fucking hardcore about ICP. So good for him if he likes that for real. Like
For real.
the tank and ICP. No, I mean I hope he wasn't.
Oh
joking.
no, he said
it was
like it was a Master P tank. It was a gold fucking plated tank.
See, I'm too realistic because then the technical, I'd be like, well, you get sand in the gears, it wouldn't work, and it's cool, it wouldn't move anywhere. And I'm thinking, wait, this is a fucking fantasy. Who cares, all right?
It's a fucking tank. It's built for sand.
Is it?
Yeah, but you have to like maintain it though, don't you?
See, Josh, this is where I would. It'd be like, yeah, after like 3 trips around the island, it's gonna be all fucked up.
Yeah, you gotta
You're gonna
move
get a
it up.
clamshell in there, and you're all fucked up. And then it's a fantasy, so what?
There's horses swimming around everywhere.
No.
So, all right. Say one cartoon character comes to life and you get to have sex with it. What cartoon would it be?
Oh, geez, that's really, really probably.
Where did this question come from?
Because he said J-pop and automatically thought of hentai.
Yeah, well, yeah, hentai. Actually, I don't actually watch any of that, weirdly enough. But I watch plenty of anime, but hentai just never did it for me. But if I had to pick somebody, it would be an anime character, and it'd probably be Rei from Evangelion. I've always had a thing for her, so she's all fucked up looking and just crazy and my kind of chick. I actually have a statue of her up there somewhere. Hold on, I'll get it. Hold on. Just give me one second, guys. I gotta take my headphones off. Hold on.
So we get a visual.
Fucking funny, dude. Mint in the box.
So yeah, I've never taken her out. It's too bad. So Rei Ayanami, she's from the very famous Evangelion. I'm probably saying it wrong, even though I've watched it 50 million times. But she's from a very famous anime series, and yeah, just really love her. She's completely fucking insane. So my kind of girl.
Okay. Well, if anybody else has any questions, Put them in the comments, or now's your last chance because we're gonna wrap this one up. We've been on for almost an hour and 30 minutes or something like that.
Have we? Wow, Jesus.
Time flies,
I
man.
told you it flies by, man. It flies by.
Awesome.
And I sucker people in. I'm like, yeah, short Skype interview, and it's like, boom, got you for 2 hours.
I'm cool. This has been really fun. It's not every day I get to ask questions about, horses and stuff.
Okay.
Hey, so what's the worst question you've ever been asked about your music? What question what question do you hate being asked?
That's an interesting question actually to ask me, because it's like I really, and I'm not making this up, I really am beyond humbled if anybody asks me anything, because I really don't understand.
That's why I was asking you, because you just seem to like you're taking everything in, and you're putting out nothing but good. I love it. That's why I asked you.
Thank you. No, I don't know if I've actually really been asked something that I didn't like. I think if anything, like, I'm not one of those guys that gets annoyed by people that ask stupid questions, like, because I'm really humbled that anyone even gives a shit about me. And I've been this way my whole life, because I wrote a lot of From Sex to Windows music. I didn't write it to be famous or to do any of that stuff. Honestly, I wrote it because me and Joe, we didn't want to pay anymore to go watch hardcore metal bands, because it was getting to be very expensive. So we're like, if we write music, we can open for these bands, and then we don't have to pay, and it's awesome. Little did we know people would actually like what we did, and we were very humbled about that. Seriously. And we always, of course, wanted to be in a band. So when people come up, or like, the weirdest thing ever was when people asked me for autographs. And I'm like, what? So what I started to do was I started to ask people for their autograph. I'm like, well, if I'm giving you mine, you got to give me yours. So every tour I would come home, my pants would be covered in autographs, because I always made sign my pants, because especially if they're girls, they sign my ass. It's just awesome. But it's just like, when dudes did it, it was a little weird, but whatever. But it was like, my arms would be everything would be covered in autographs. And I still have a lot of those clothes, actually. They're a bit disgusting because they're like sweaty and yucky, but well, I mean, I've washed them obviously since, but it's I guess what I'm getting at is it's just I've always welcomed anyone to even care. Even if you want to ask a dumb question like, yo man, what's your tuning? And like, it's like, well, clearly it's low.
Well, there's the answer.
I don't know.
There's the answer.
No.
What's your
but it's I joke. I mean, I joke. It's just, I don't care if people ask, I'm humble.
No, that's awesome, man. It's been a pleasure interviewing you for sure. Well, Nick interviewing you. I just sit back here and listen, so it's been awesome.
So what's your most embarrassing moment in high school?
Oh, Jesus. There's too many. Oh. Well, okay. So from like 9th grade through 12th grade, I was like actually a Christian religious fundamentalist, because I went to a catechism class with a friend, and the person who was teaching the class, he was like a religious fundamentalist. He wasn't a Catholic. So he was like, you're going to hell if you play Nintendo, or if you wear your sleeves, like, I used to wear my sleeves over my hand, because I was like, emo back before it was a thing. And like, I really believed them. And so from like 9th to 12th grade, I like sat by myself. I prayed over my food. I like basically got in these huge religious debates with people. That whole 4 years was probably my most embarrassing moment, because I can't believe I was such a fucking idiot and believed all that shit. And then I actually, you know what freed me? I hung out with some kids who were like all into poetry and like Nine Inch Nails, and they took me to a Nine Inch Nails concert, and I heard that negative shit, and I'm like, yes, this is exactly how I feel, but I can't tell anyone because I'm repressed by religion. And so next thing I know, I just said, fuck it. And I dyed my hair purple and pink. I started wearing fishnets under my jeans, and just went into that whole culture of Nine Inch Nails-isms. And fun fact, Trent Reznor is actually from where I grew up. Actually, I know his sister very well. And it just overall, it opened up my world to like just a better thing. But that was very embarrassing to look back and think I was that much of an idiot, and believed in that so much. So yeah, 4 years of it.
All right, man. Well, we're gonna wrap this up and let you get back to it. It's earlier over there than it is over here.
Is it? Oh yeah, it's only 7:30 here. I still got Walking Dead coming up. Cool.
I'll tell you how it was.
Yeah, I can't wait till my mom is done watching Walking Dead.
Walking Dead is our conflict right now. That's our competition.
Yeah, we're going up Dead because we go on at 9.
Nah. Whatever.
That's
You're not really competing with them this season, and they haven't exactly been that great. So I think you're good.
I said
Plus,
that.
this is 10 times cooler. Come on. You talk to Chris Harp. I mean, come on. If you have this guy on your show is immediately number one. Come on. I'm gonna be watching this like every week now. Like, I can't wait. Like, it's gonna be fun. I'll be calling in and be like, so what are you gonna do if you have horses chasing you at night and you're in your bed and you can't run because you're tied to bed and this horse is gonna take a shit on your face? What are you gonna do? Let's answer that.
So yeah, like we have a segment where my mom calls in the show.
Awesome.
And she tells us about, because like listening to my mom describe anything is absolutely fucking hilarious, because she completely just misses every point she's supposed to make, and then just like it just spirals out of control into nonsense. So we have a segment where my mom calls in and tells us what she's been watching on Netflix, and it's one of our most popular fucking segments.
Awesome.
And I think the greatest one ever was she was talking about Breaking Bad.
Yes.
And I was like, talk about Breaking Bad. And she went into this whole fucking story and just completely leaves out the fucking fact that he had cancer. Completely leaves out, like, that he was, like, selling meth. Like, it was just like, oh, yeah, this fucking old guy had a family, and then he got into a fight with a gangster with gold teeth. And, like, it's so funny. But, like, yeah, she's been watching Walking Dead, so we haven't had her on since Walking Dead came back on, but I can't wait until she takes a break from Walking Dead and fills us in on Walking Dead. So
please, I gotta hear that, because I bet you she'll nail it, because for some reason, whatever she's going to say, I'm guaranteeing right now, without ever meeting her or knowing her, and just based on what you said, she's gonna be right. I just know it. It's like Walking Dead has gone off the fucking dead end path.
It's quite entertaining. I actually want to start the show off with her, so it'll get people's attention. So it's funny.
Well, I mean, when you're first starting out a podcast and we're on like episode 3 and the only guest on the show is my mom. So
I love it though, man. That's good. Kudos to your mom.
So anyway, thanks a million for coming on the show. And is there anything that you'd like to plug or put out there or let people know what you're doing or anything like that before we get off?
Yes. So as I mentioned earlier, I have a book called Kai, Kai. It's on Amazon. You can buy it there or Barnes & Nobles, anywhere pretty much. Please check it out if you like horror, especially if you like Asian horror. You're going to love my book. Also, you can visit me at my website at www.derekvasconi.com. That's DerekVasconi.com. I blog a lot, but it's mostly about like weird Japanese shit. So if you're not into weird Japanese shit, you might get bored. But I also do other things like top 10. I do a lot of top 10 lists. So I have like top 10 like greatest like Asian horror films, things like that. And also just you want to come say hi. I'm lonely and need people to talk to. No, I'm kidding. No, but I'm just saying I appreciate anyone that takes a second. So
we got a one extra question from Keith.
Oh, cool.
Were you just as excited when Reflux would play, but just as disappointed when Ash would come out singing?
Oh, loaded question. Ash, I have zero things bad to say about him. He gave my band our fucking career. Like he took a chance on us when nobody else did. So say what you want about Ash as a person, as a singer. I owe that guy nothing but my life and then some, because he really treated my band well. He put us in headlining positions on tours we've had no business being headliners on, especially the Job for Cowboy tour. Those guys should have headlined over us. I don't know why they opened, but Ash believed in us. So I know that's not the answer you're looking for, but I would just say that he never disappointed me. And for the record, I actually didn't mind him singing, but I didn't really pay attention either in a way, because fucking what's his name was on stage playing guitar, Tosin, and I just again, being a guitar player, I have to like put myself through this horrible abuse of watching better guitar players make me feel like total dog shit. And I had to tour with this guy and watch him every night destroy it on stage. And now he's doing Animals as Leaders, and you should check that out because he's awesome. But yeah, so Ash was great. Ash is great, but my focus, and I think everybody's focus was more on Tosin. I don't think Ash would disagree with that, but I love Ash, and I will never have anything bad to say. I know he may or may have had his issues with other bands, but I never once had an issue with him. Never. He was totally cool to us from start to end. So.
Right on. Oh, sorry. One more quick question.
Oh, ask anything. Sure.
Did From a Second Story Window ever put out anything on vinyl?
Oh my God, that's a good question. I think Guy from the Red Chord, who was basically our boss, on Black Market.
Didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, he did Black Market. He's the one that signed us and gave us a lot too, a lot. But he may have put in Not One Word Has Been Omitted, the EP. I think that made a vinyl appearance for 30 seconds, and I think like 5 people in the world have it, and I think that's it. But you have to actually ask Guy that, because I had nothing to do with the merchandise when I was in the band. I was too busy just doing my own thing.
Yeah, because my next question was, how do I get a hold of that?
Yeah, just hit up Guy on Facebook. I mean, he's a police officer now, so he might be a little busy, but which is just funny to think about. But Guy, I don't know, he was also pretty approachable. So I think if you just asked him, he might know. I don't even know what's going on with Black Market anymore. I don't even know if they're even around. So they would know that. But I think the Not One Word EP was put on vinyl. I think, but don't quote me on that. Actually, another person asked might be Joe, the bass player, because he did a lot of that type of stuff. Like, he knows all about the merch. He would probably be more than able to answer that question. And sorry, I can't. So.
Oh no, that's cool. I'm definitely gonna hunt that down.
No, vinyl's awesome. I got the Sigur Rós the Parentheses album on vinyl. My brother got it for me for Christmas last year. It's fucking amazing sounding on vinyl. Like, amazing. Like, the head blown up, a couple times. So.
All right. Well,
anyways,
I'll repeat myself one more time. It was awesome having you on the show. Thank you so much
thank you
for your time, for your music,
thank
for
you.
Everything that you've done for this scene and this community that we're trying to keep alive here.
Thank you so much. Thank you, all 3 of you. You guys are awesome. Great questions, Josh. Love the horse question. Everything just really cool. Super, super, super cool. And awesome. I'm very humbled. So thank you. And anytime, if you want me to come and blab some more, I will. I'll be happy to.
Right on, brother. Well, I'll be in touch. Thank you very much.
All right.
See you, dude.
Take care. All right, bye-bye.
Dude, are we getting good at this or what?
I don't know.
I don't think it's us.
I think I'm ready. I'm ready to get fired, so I quit fucking sitting here looking like a dumbass for an hour and a half.
I'm not making that mistake again. I'm not going to give you something to be mad at me for 5 years.
Whatever, because I'll just fucking tune in and troll your ass. Dude, it's crazy. Like, your boy Christian knows so much about everything. And I'm sitting here just learning all this stuff and how all these bands, because I know you guys don't know it either. Like, before these bands come, you just do a little Wikipedia and kind of put the pieces together, but everything is interlinked. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, this style of music, there is no access to anything. So it's like, all I know is the CDs that I've torrented. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I know about these bands. So it's interesting to hear about all this shit for the first time, and
the scene wasn't as big here.
Yeah.
I mean, when these bands came through, there was seriously 30 people, 40 people at the shows.
Yep.
Not all of them. But,
right.
But I mean,
I wanted to ask him about Metal Blade. You realize this is like the 3rd band we've talked to that have been on Metal Blade?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Dude, that's nuts.
But I know what you're saying, Dylan. Like,
fucking Slayer's on Metal Blade.
Because, dude, there would be some bands we'd go see and they wouldn't even fill up the Orpheum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we would get there so early because we're like, they're gonna sell out. This is my favorite band, and we're just the only ones sitting there enjoying this awesome show.
Yep.
Yeah, it really wasn't that big in Florida. South of us and in Orlando, it was a little bit bigger, but around us, it was
I'm definitely not speaking for the other parts of Florida because
yeah.
I mean, I didn't even know Explosive Gorgeous was from Florida.
Yeah.
Right.
I had no idea. I mean, I guess even Tarpon Springs was bigger than Hillsborough County, Tampa.
Yeah. Around here, it was mostly punk, and then
it was definitely punk.
And then brocore bands, everybody wanted to go see Thick as Blood and fucking, bands like that. But
No, but
Yeah.
it's. I just feel kind of out of the loop when they start dropping names, and I'm just like, who are they talking about? And then I just listen, and then they click. They'll say like a keyword, and I'll be like, oh, okay. So I'm slowly putting the pieces together.
Yeah, it's crazy that like all of this like existed, and it's just not documented. It's so fucking strange to me that like, and realistically, like there's no genre like that ever, because literally this entire genre took fucking place on MySpace. Like it took place on a social media website, like the first social media website besides like LiveJournal. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And Xanga or whatever the fuck it was. I mean, like, did you have an Xanga? Oh god. But yeah, I mean, like, it's undocumented. It's so fucking.
Hey, Nick Benning had to face the jury.
Oh yeah, I did. I did. My name was Gauntlet. I made one for Justin Carrico, and it was just him like pulling his legs up over his head, farting. Like it was so good. I forgot about that. Is Face the Jury still a thing?
I don't know. Check it out.
That was like the original Tinder.
Yeah.
OG Tinder. So, I know we don't have any like segments or anything planned for the rest of this.
Hey, good call on getting him on though. That was awesome. Derek was a nice guy.
Yeah.
That was Christian, man. He was just like, yo, check him out. He's fucking super nice. He's approachable. Like, get a hold of him. And then I sent him one message, and he's just like, fuck yeah, I totally want to do it. So.
No, that's cool. Why don't you get Christian on here one week?
Oh yeah, we've talked about it. I wanted to get him to do a segment on like up and coming mathcore bands, because out where he lives, and I think he lives in California, like it's still popping off out there, and like people are still like adamant about it, or are making good music about that, like that style and shit. So like, I talked to him about maybe doing like a segment, not necessarily weekly, or maybe like bi-weekly or once a month or something. Because I mean, not that much can happen every week. That's a lot of fucking compiling and shit. Because he'd actually have to prepare for it. We don't prepare. We just like wing it, which works in our favor most of the time. Like we have a pretty good like system, but I think winging it is better because it's more real. Like our reaction's real. It's not planned out or whatever, and it works better for me.
The stock questions, I think, kind of, everything's pretty textbook, and then you hit the stock questions, and then it lightens the mood.
Yeah.
And then you can,
and you can't really start out with those questions either, because if you start out with those questions, they're like, oh, what the fuck is this about?
Right.
But if you sprinkle them on in the middle of the interview, like it does lighten the mood, and everybody has a little bit more fun, and it's not really like I'm fucking Walter Cronkite over here fucking interviewing some
teleprompter.
So I went to Planet Retro for their grand reopening.
Did you go see Chris play?
I actually got there like 2 hours before him going on, and I was with the old lady, and she's not into sitting there and watching me dig through record crates for hours. You know what I mean? But
that's how I feel when I'm with my girlfriend and she goes shoe shopping. So
exactly what it is. I'm looking for records. It's like me watching her at Target. But I picked up this Weekend Nachos. Where's it at? There.
There you go.
Weekend Nachos on yellow vinyl.
Big money.
Still. Yeah. It's super fucking good. I had this album torrented before I picked it up, so I knew it was on it. It wasn't like a big surprise or anything, but it was good shit. On the other hand, absolutely fucking blown away by this one. I've got another Locust record, but I picked this one up Saturday. Safety Second, Body Last by the Locust. On this fucking sick brown wood marble fucking
awesome.
vinyl.
That does look cool.
Bro, I fucking love the Locust, dude. They're like crazy. To have them on would be fucking nuts. They had you can actually find it on YouTube. The Locust was on Jerry Springer. And so was Gigi Allen back in the day. And Gigi
Yeah.
Allen went nuts because like Gigi Allen was like there was like a fucking 14-year-old girl that they're trying to like make everybody feel bad that Gigi's talking to these like that people look up to Gigi and shit. And it's this 14-year-old girl and she's like, Jerry's like, you know that people get raped at his shows and blah blah blah. And she's like, if I'm going to the show, I know what I'm getting into, and Gigi can rape me anytime. And she's like,
It wasn't Jerry Springer though.
yeah.
It was Donahue. It was yeah, it wasn't Jerry Springer.
Some shit, some format like that.
But I've seen it. We should get the murder junkies on here.
That is ridiculous. Like,
I don't think the murder junkies use social media.
yeah, I don't either. But,
The dude looks like he's got a fucking caterpillar on his fucking face.
But the Locust interview was fucking nuts. They were talking about how like they all have like families and wives and shit or something like that. But when they go on tour, all they do is just like fuck each other and like and just live this like crazy vile lifestyle and blah blah blah. And they just go into all this crazy. I think it was just for the show, but I have no fucking idea. You know? Like,
My cousin was on Jerry Springer.
Oh, your cousin?
Yeah.
I follow a dude on Facebook that was on Jerry Springer. One of my buddies. But what was your cousin on Jerry Springer?
I don't know. Like he was.
That's
he
not
was
surprising,
proposing-
Nick. You're from Ruskin.
Yeah,
He
but I never actually made it onto Cops. I was filmed for Cops. I was me and Big Herbert were just fucking eating Doritos out of a sink at a fucking house party, and the cops came in and we're just like eating Doritos. But like that was basically it. That's probably why they didn't put it on there. Ricky Reed was on Cops though.
Yeah, he was on Campus PD, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyway, what were we saying about your Compass story?
I still have not seen that episode. I need to get that episode in my hands right now.
It's on there. You just YouTube it. You find it.
Yeah, he's on there.
All right.
I've
My
seen
cousin's on YouTube on Jerry Springer too. So he was like proposing to his girlfriend who's a stripper, but she don't love him no more. She's dating one of the regulars that come to his strip club and some chick. So
Nice.
it's as bad as real as can be.
Yeah, I was gonna pick up that Animals as Leaders. They had a vinyl up there. I forget what album, but they had it at Planet Retro, and I was gonna pick that up, but then I saw Weekend Nachos, and I opted for that. I probably should have went with Animals as Leaders.
How are the prices there?
I mean, they're what you would expect for a newer record. It's like $22. I mean, depending on availability and what record it is, it varies, but it's pretty decent. Like every time I've ever gone there, I've at least picked up one. You know what I mean? It's not gonna break your bank, but they have a fucking amazing selection. I'll say that. Like crazy good shit there, man. I've been trying to get a job there since I found out about it. But if I got a job at a record store, I literally would come home broke every single week because I would just look all week for what I want, hide it somewhere, and then fucking use my paycheck to buy it. Oh shit! I should have asked Derek to make us a website. I'm trying to cut all these numbers, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna email him about that. See what his prices would be. How sick would that be to have our website made by the guitarist from a Second Story Window, to have our merch drawn by the dude who did Implosive Discordances and fucking
Mike. His name was Mike.
and get Fox to draw us t-shirts and shit. Like that would be so sick. Such a great idea. So we still have not come up with an idea for this contest.
Oh, the contest. Josh
need
is like, fuck. That's why Josh is trying to get out of this. Because he knows whatever the contest is, he's going to lose it. And he's going to have to do something stupid.
I can't think of anything for Dylan to do.
No, but honestly, I think Josh would whip our asses at the fucking like
There can't-
intellectual
I don't know,
version.
man.
See, I don't want that.
See, I have retained so much dumb knowledge that like if it's like Jeopardy style and I can pick cartoons as a category or whatever, like you're going down. But like if it's anything to do with the real world at all, like politics or fucking anything, like that's Josh, dude. You know what I mean? That's fucking Josh.
I could put down a laminate flooring I can run heavy equipment,
You can throw telephone poles.
electrical, lift heavy stuff, mechanics. Besides on Nick's fucking car.
Yeah, right. Fucking bullshit car, dude. I'm so sick of it. I'm about to sell it. I'm gonna sell a bitch.
I'll buy it for $50.
No, I put too much.
I'll buy it for $50 and a case of water.
Case of coffee, maybe.
Starbucks, mocha frappes.
Dude, I'm all about that fucking. What is it called? It's like half macchiato, dog. Them bitches are good as fuck.
Hey,
Macchiato. It's like
we got a Keith. We have a contest going now that if you like our Sheep's Clothing page and share it, when we get to 500 likes, we're going to be giving away a giant package of
Everything.
vinyl, T-shirts,
stickers,
books.
and, yeah, I'm gonna throw my copy of Crate Digger in there. I'm gonna get a copy from Derek of his book. We have Shed for You vinyl. Impulsive Intelligence is gonna give us some T-shirts. Grave Gnosis is gonna give us some T-shirts. Fucking, I forget. Was Tower of Rome gonna give us something?
Yeah, they had like a crate. You need to keep this stuff written down, man.
No, I gotta get back in touch with them. So we're gonna get something from Tower of Rome. I think they said they had some old shirts. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna draw the winner, and then I have all these dudes waiting that I'm gonna message them the winner's shirt size and everything, so everybody gets their size, and then we get the shit sent out, and in like a week or two later you'll get your package or whatever. So, oh yeah, Tower of Rome CDs. I contacted He Who Corrupts, and he's gonna send me a stack of like 10 of each of their album. So
sweet.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so we're all gonna get copies, and then we're gonna give away a copy, and then maybe we'll do another giveaway. Well, maybe we could do runner-ups. We'll get extras of shit, so we can pick more than one person for the contest.
Are they also? Do they have the demo or just World War?
Everything that He Who Corrupts put out, he says he has a stack of them. He's gonna get all that. Oh, and I don't know if I should release this, but
fuck it.
In a month. So actually, in about like 3 or 4 weeks, or like 3 weeks from now, I believe, or maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
A month.
Yeah, something like that. He Who Corrupts is going to play a show dressed as women, dressed in drag, and call themselves She Who Corrupts. And he is going to let us interview them dressed in drag.
Cool.
Yeah, so that'll be a fucking interesting one right there.
It will be.
Can we all dress in drag just to be in spirit?
I don't know if that one's gonna be live, but I'm definitely gonna record it and it'll go onto YouTube if it's not live. So yeah, if you're still watching, it's probably just us at this point and Christian. But if you see this video, please go to our YouTube and subscribe. Share us on Facebook. Get us out there because everybody on my Facebook is extremely sick of seeing me post shit about a podcast because no one gives a fuck about podcasts. We will be branching out shortly. I've been doing a lot of research on putting shit onto other sites.
Oh shit!
I have been, dude. Seriously, like I've been doing crazy work on it. It's starting to set in and feel real for me at this point.
According to my statistics and analysis,
the algorithms of YouTube and Facebook.
We will be branching out to Spotify.
No, man. I want to put us on Spotify. I want to put us on podcast sites, most of all, because people will listen to anything if they're into podcasts. Like they don't even give a fuck. But yeah, then I'm also gonna be putting a lot more content on YouTube that is not related to the podcast. Like the podcast is gonna be our weekly Holy Grail. Fucking, we're going to church at Sunday. This is our church. All right, so this is gonna be the main thing. But I'm gonna be branching out on YouTube and doing personal videos. I'm gonna be doing review videos. I'm gonna be doing videos on shit that I'm just interested in. Like it might be music. It might be me talking about a new fucking vape that I got. Like, it could be, oh, I went and had a pie from fucking B. Arthur's fucking pie shop in downtown St. Pete, and I'm going to talk about this fucking pie for 20 minutes or something. But I want to start doing a lot of short, like 10, 15-minute videos, put them on YouTube, because I monetized our YouTube. So
Yeah.
I believe I watched a couple of videos on it
until they demonetize it.
No, because our See You Next Tuesday had copyright, and we had to do the copyright debate or whatever the fuck it was. Dispute, whatever. So they sent me an email. They said, since we're still under the radar right now, they're like,
they said, lawyer up, asshole.
No, they sent me an email and they're like, we didn't get a chance to check out your dispute claim, so monetize your shit anyway. You win. We didn't look at it in 30 days. You win. So whatever the fucking case was that was controversial on that episode doesn't fucking matter. It's monetized now. So every episode we have out is monetized. And that's why I'm pushing this YouTube shit so hard, because it has nothing to do with subscribers. I mean, maybe ad people will look at your shit and be like, oh, well, maybe we'll advertise on there because they have subscribers. But it has to do with views, and it's total views of every video you put out. So the more videos I put out, the more views you see. And monthly, it's like, I think if your video gets 1 million views, you get like $1,000. So if we get 1 million collective views, we get $1,000 for that month of YouTube. So by proxy, if I put out more fucking videos, if we have, say we have like subscribers right now, if 10 subscribers watch that fucking video, you know, that adds up over the fucking month, and we might get some pocket change here, and we might be able to put some money into some shit or do something.
Hey, have you seen that dude that takes the light bulb out of his fan and sticks his finger in the socket and puts the light bulb in his ass and turns on the light bulb?
Yes.
That's 1 billion views right there.
That's what I'm saying. If I put a light bulb in my ass in one of these videos, eventually we're gonna strike gold and we'll make some fucking money doing this. I want to do this for a fucking living. I want to be a fucking YouTube personality. I want to be a podcast personality. I don't want to go to fucking work. I want to talk at people loudly. I want to talk at a computer loudly and have the people that I worship.
I got it. I know your viral video. You ready for it?
Yeah.
You know how beards are so fucking big right now?
Yeah.
Get a fucking tattoo of a beard. Just because you'll grow it back.
Well, you know,
it would just be funny to have a fucking tattooed beard.
They tattoo eyebrows. They tattoo makeup on. Why can't I tattoo a beard?
See? Just tattoo a beard, dude.
No, I can't do that. I owe you half my fucking tattooed beard money. I can't do that. It was your idea.
Well, you can have it. You got to hear. There's your evidence.
All right, guys. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock. We made it. It's 11. All right, guys. Next week. Who the fuck do we have on?
The Great Redneck Hope.
The Great Redneck Hope.
Sweet.
Fuck yeah. Another one from Christian. Thank you, buddy. Seriously, he's been booking more than me. Well, not really booking, but just giving me ideas for people to get a hold of. He's been killing it. If I ever monetize this, Christian, I'm going to send you some fucking money.
What about us, asshole?
I mean, that's a given. I have to split with you.
That's also recorded. Hey, but seriously, what do you have to do to get this stuff on Spotify? I mean, besides,
you have to go through a third-party company, and the third-party company listens to your audio and determines if it's enough quality to put on there, because they don't want to put it on fucking somebody's fucking garage band and shit like that, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to go through and edit every single video we've ever fucking made. That's why I want to take care of this now instead of having 100 videos to go through. And if you see, I went through and I put thumbnails on all our YouTube videos. They look fucking excellent. I've been going through and liking videos of similar content, so that way we show up on the sidebar. Another thing Christian taught me. So Spotify, you have to go through a third-party company, and they listen to it, and then they will put it on through them, and then they take a percentage Spotify takes a percentage, and then you get a percentage based on plays, I believe. So it's like YouTube or anything else.
Well, I got an idea, like just right now. Why don't we ask so kindly for Roger to make us a theme song?
Yeah, we do need a theme song. We do need
Because
white graphics. We need fucking everything.
why don't you have Roger fucking make some stuff up for us? Because he's got all the computer stuff, the pads and whatnot.
I can ask him, but I will say that Roger has been so busy he hasn't even written the bio for our event. I've been blasting him messages for like 4 days now to do it. So I'm sure he'll get to that, but I'll ask him. I mean, I'd love to have something that he made as our fucking intro. We do need intro music. We do need wipes. Are you sweating your ass off right now, Dylan?
No.
Look at them pit stains, boy.
I'm in a fucking sweatshirt. It's like 80 degrees in here.
Nervous, son. You're just like me, though. I know that, like, dude, when I'm sitting interviewing people, like, I'm literally just like a little kid grabbing my fucking legs, like, ah! Like, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I've had to pee for like an hour and a half, so.
The things we do.
Josh just puts a fucking kitty cat on there and walks away.
People, that would probably get a lot of views.
We'll make your cat the thumbnail. But no, what we need to do is fucking we need to put all our thumbnails as clickbait. Be like, Trump assassinated. It'll just be like a picture of him going like this. And then we'll get 1 million clicks.
Oh, man.
So, all right, guys, let's wrap this fucker up. Josh, I'm getting a hold of you this week. What's a good day to get a hold of you?
Sunday.
Saturday or Sunday.
Well, because I wanna fucking get that program information from you, and
just send him a tutorial and his messages.
Yeah, I mean you could do that too.
A tutorial and a YouTube tutorial link. And then like a link to the download site.
Yeah. I can figure that shit out and I can run that shit, and then you don't have to worry about it. It's off your shoulders. You know, you can just
not that you're not on the show. It's just
you just have to do anything. You can just show up and be a fucking person like we do. You know what I mean? Like
I would find it humorous to have Nick do everything while we just sit here and watch him sweat, clicking stuff all over. And
yo, I told my dad I want a fucking computer for Christmas, man. Like I want like a good computer for Christmas, but I doubt that's gonna happen. So Josh, you need to fix those computers. Okay.
Dude, I plugged this one in when I got home. I don't know, like 3 days ago. The biggest one that you bought me. That thing doesn't even stay on for like 5 minutes. Like, I have no idea.
Or something?
Probably power supply. If not a power supply, something else. But
I would just, yeah.
Like, I don't even think the graphics card in that thing works. Because, like, it wasn't even showing any picture or anything.
Well, so. I'm just gonna have to sneak it onto my girlfriend's laptop without her knowing.
Or just build your own.
I can't build a computer.
Super.
I'll send you all the parts and YouTube video tutorials. Like, you could do it. You could do it.
So if anybody watching this has a fucking decent computer laying around, why don't you shoot it?
I think it's just us.
Continue to bring you amazing content with better quality.
Hey, for real, let me know about
the quality is half-assed or anything, but I'm saying like quality.
Let me know about the Black Friday deals, man. Let me know what you wind up picking up. I would seriously get the USB. To get back on this, I would get the USB microphone and webcam. I wouldn't mess with the whole Phantom ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Yeah, but every video I've watched, they're all like, you gotta go Phantom power, or it's gonna be quiet, and it's gonna suck, and da-da-da. So, I don't know anything about that. I'm trusting people on YouTube, man.
I used Phantom power the first, like,
just
5
like
episodes.
The flat earthers, bro.
Phantom power people are flat earthers. All right, Keith Carlson, I will check yo inbox, which is my inbox. But all right, guys, Let's wrap this up. I gotta get up early in the morning. I know you guys gotta get up early in the morning too.
I'm up tomorrow.
All right. Next week, great Redneck Hope, and also Worry. Check out Worry if you have not already. I think it's Worry the Band, Band of Worry or Worry the Band, something like that. Google shit. Find their Bandcamp. Find whatever you guys can. It's fucking excellent shit, man. I didn't even know that they were still making music until he told me about it. I checked it out. I was not unhappy that I did. It was fucking great. Remember to sign up for our contest. Just like our page. You don't worry about, I mean, share if you want. Please do share because we need shares. But I don't really care about that. We're just going to go through the fucking like page and fucking click or pick two or three people out of it and give you some shit for being loyal. And it's not going to be biased. We're not going to give it away to Christian. So it's going to be completely unbiased. We're going to flip through, look at it. If it's somebody like Ricky or Mark the Shark, they're not going to win it. Sorry, guys. Still share our shit. It's going to be something fucking random. That's going to do it this week. Good show, guys. Thank you.
You know, if Christian wins that giveaway, then people are going to be like, what the fuck? It's conspiracy. Just because you said that.
Go check out my boy's fucking page.
What's his podcast called?
Mathcast.
Mathcast. Okay.
Christian, throw some links in the comments, man. His Facebook page is Mathcore Index. Then he has Broken Circuit something or other. Check out his shit, man. He's constantly posting quality fucking shit. Good shit from great bands you probably forgot about or don't even know exist, and they're fucking amazing. He's constantly posting videos and tour information and just all that shit. It's great shit. Good content. He has a sick podcast where he gets in touch with and talks about awesome things. If you like this, you'll probably like his. It's a little bit more professional than ours. And you don't have to look at his ugly face. Yeah, so Josh, thanks for showing up. Great job. Dylan, great job as always. I'll give myself a pat on the back. I'll see y'all next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey Josh, do you hear